is a pick a pile reading about who your next person is going to be. So I'm going to go into what type of relationship it's going to be, if it's soulmate, karmic, or twin flame divine counterpart. I'm going to describe what this person might look like, and I'm going to give you messages from this person and do some channeling as far as some extra information that might want to come through as well. Let's go ahead and get into it. So for pile 1, we have the rose quartz sphere. Pile 2, we have the seashell with the heart. And pile 3, we have the Lemurian quartz. Go ahead and take a minute and tune in, and I'm going to go into pile 1. Pile 1 are those of you who chose the rose quartz sphere. Let's get into your reading. Pile 1. So I want to say right away, for most of you, this is a karmic connection. And I mentioned in my previous video I did where it was just sort of a quick mini reading about whether or not the connection was soulmate, karmic, or twin flame divine counterpart. I did touch on how karmic relationships are not quote unquote bad. Now, sometimes it can be really imbalanced or really toxic to one or both people, but the purpose of a karmic relationship is so that both parties involved can learn whatever lessons they need to learn. So this is pre-decided by these people in many cases before they incarnate down here. It's in their soul contract. Now, once that soul contract is fulfilled, they will naturally separate in some way or form, whether it's amicably or not. Also, I want to say that you can, of course, amend or cancel, remove, or change a soul contract or modify. You have complete ability to do that as a sovereign being. So I do want to put that out there. However, you might want to read the fine print, because sometimes you end up canceling a contract or changing it, and it can really change your entire timeline. So just a heads up with that. The cards here are, it's interesting because I almost feel like for most of you, you're already in this relationship, but for some of you, you're not. And this is basically how it's going to play out. And I'm not saying this, like, for those of you who are not in a relationship right now, I'm not saying this like to discourage you from going into this union. I'm also not showing you this to kind of freak you out, but I'm letting you know what I'm seeing play out as far as the timeline. Should you end up with this person, you know, or should you connect with this person? At first, it's going to feel really synergized. I think that you're going to kind of feel drawn to this person like a magnet, and you're going to really feel like this is the one. It's going to be fireworks. It's going to be passion. It's going to seem like everything is perfect. But then over a period of time, and I feel like this may take a while, like maybe you guys get into a relationship, or maybe this person starts showing these traits right away. But either way, you're going to start to notice that this is parasitic. I feel like for most of you, it's going to be the other person. But, you know, for some of you that pick this pile, you might be the parasitic person. And what I mean by that is you might be depleting the other person somehow. Like maybe the other person is paying all or most of the bills, or maybe they're the one putting in all the effort for, like, you know, spending time together or doing things for the other person, or maybe they need help in some kind of way, like, and it just seems to be like they always need more, right? That type of vibe. Or it could even be like they could be like emotionally or spiritually kind of broken or lost, and so the other person is the one kind of trying to, you know, quote unquote, fix them. What happens is that after that, for some of you, the person actually learns this lesson, and they're more powerful for it. And you might even feel like once you transition through this karmic period, that you might even want to be with this person long term. And that's very possible, but it's not going to be easy. But there could be a reward at the end of the rainbow, so to speak. So like the path itself would be challenging, but at the end it would be worth it. But you don't have to go that route. Once you learn the lessons, you're free to go. It's kind of like you're no longer under arrest, you're free to go, right? Like I'm looking at here what these cards say. Let me just read them out loud for you guys. So the first one says synergistic. This is your energetic match. 2 birds sing sweeter than one. Then we have next up parasitic symbiotic. One party benefits while the other is depleted. Energy support and empathy are not equal. Give and take needs to become balanced. So again, if the other person learns to do this and they learn their lesson and you learn your lesson, whoever's who, You know what I'm saying? Whoever's doing a zuzao, so to speak. Okay. Usually when this happens, the person doing most of giving has to learn self-love or boundaries. And usually the other person has to learn, you know, self-sacrifice or self-confidence, or, you know, needs to learn how to like get their shit together, so to speak, more often than not, right? So once that happens, or if that happens, it says here, lessons of Saturn, a soul's desire to resolve limiting patterns of control and dependency. Many challenges, but can bring benevolent long-term rewards. So it's rewarding whether you stay with the person or not, in that you both learn the lessons and grow as a result. It's possible for you guys to stay together once you've learned the lessons, because it will seek to be a karmic cycle at that point in time. So you can choose whether or not you want to remain with that person. If you guys have both grown and you're both on the same wavelength and the relationship is equal give and take, yeah. But if it continues to be sort of this depleting, one person benefits while the other doesn't type energy, then at a certain point, it's kind of like, you know, once you feel like you've learned what you need to learn and they learn what they need to learn, it's kind of like, you know, step it along, move along. So now I want to get into what this person might look like. Okay. And again, this is a general reading, so there could be several different appearances coming through. Hopefully they're not too opposite, so it's easy for you to kind of point out who it is. So first up, we have a distinct beauty mark. Okay, so this person might have a distinct beauty mark that stands out to you. Okay, straight hair. Colorful hair. So they might dye their hair like, you know, kind of how I do, you know, like with, you know, blue or red or pink, or maybe multiple colors. They might have green eyes. Others, they might have dark brown eyes. Pull two more. Okay, some might have facial hair. And the thing is these are things that are supposed to stand out. So if these are features that stand out about the person, that's a good indicator too. And then, so we had straight hair earlier. Well, another person might have wavy hair, meaning it's kind of like mermaid curls, not super, super curly. And I feel like I'm supposed to pull one more. Yeah, I think this makes sense why. Okay, so this person could have a cleft chin. And I think it's important. I pulled this if this is the case, because this is something that not everyone has. So if you have someone, for instance, that has a cleft chin and colorful hair and a beauty mark, it's pretty easy. Okay, that's obviously we're talking about this particular person. So, you know, if you're involved with multiple people, or maybe this is someone from your past, or you're like, oh, I think it might be this person, I'm not sure, let me wait and see how they're described physically. Or if you want to be on the lookout for this person, you know, this is a way to see. I want to just say real quick that don't feel like you have to bypass or circumnavigate this relationship if you're not in it yet. Or if you're in it, don't feel like you have to leave because it's karmic. You have to go through an intuition of that, because like I said, karmic relationships are not always bad. It's because you have to learn something. Now, if you can learn a lesson without going through the relationship, then yeah, you typically will save yourself a lot of stress and energy and possibly heartbreak. But you know, it doesn't mean that it can't be enjoyable. Like I said, you know, karmic relationships are not always toxic. You know, they can be, but not always. Okay, so now we're going to go into messages that this person has for you. So we have, oh, you were created just for me. Is this, yeah, I feel like this person is really going to feel this way about you, or you might feel this way about them too, especially when you first meet, I feel. Don't let me go ever. So I feel like this could almost be like an attachment thing. Like you guys might really feel this way about each other. And again, not that it's bad, you know, but just it seems like this person's going to feel very attached to you. Interesting. I don't love you. So I don't know if this is talking about them or if this is talking about you, but for some of you, that could be the message. Like this person, you know, this might be just a karmic connection. You're learning lessons that this person doesn't really love you. And again, these could be messages from different people, guys, just saying. Are you real? So this person this person might feel like this is a little like surreal and interesting. And then we have commit to me. So maybe this is how you feel, maybe this is how they feel, but it feels like one person doesn't want to commit and the other person is like, commit to me. Okay, and this is the last one, past life. So it's very common for us to have unresolved karmic contracts with past life lovers. And I just want to say that because, you know, this is why it's not good to always bypass karmic relationships. That's kind of a toxic positivity thing. You know, when people are just throwing terms like, oh, well, this doesn't serve me. Well, like, why do you have to be served? You know, even that mentality or that phrase is kind of like, well, if it's not what I want, if it's not comfortable for me. And I'm not saying I don't also use that phrase, but I'm just saying we have to be careful with what we really mean by that. Like it can be like a very narcissistic outlook if we're not careful. So we're not supposed to avoid lessons. You know, we're supposed to learn lessons in a way where, yeah, of course we want to learn lessons in a way that's not, you know, super painful. I mean, so like if we can take like the easier route of learning something instead of the hard way, then yeah, you know, most of us, that's what we're going to want to do. But to bypass something altogether, you know, can create the same loop. In other words, if you have karmic retribution from an unresolved soul contract in a past life and you try to avoid it in this one, all of this is going to happen is you're just going to end up running into the person again in another life, and maybe it'll be even less pleasant. I'm just saying. So yes, you have sovereignty. You have control over whether or not you want to maintain a connection, whether or not you want to terminate it. I'm not saying stay in toxic situations or anything like that. I'm just saying be mindful of what the lessons are that you're supposed to learn in this connection. And so if you're not in the connection, you know, then you need to make sure you're learning these lessons and healing and rising above. Otherwise, even if you don't end up with this person, you might end up with someone else with the same character traits or habits that you don't like, because it's there to teach you something about yourself that you're not, you know, wanting to change or pay attention to. So I just wanted to put that out there. Now, those of you that chose pile 1, I don't want you guys to feel disappointed, upset, you know, or anything like that. You know, like I said, it's not like karmic connections are bad. It's just that karmic connections are there to, you know, help one or both people learn lessons in the connection. So that's what I have for you guys. I hope that resonated. Make sure to, you know, take a rest through the rest. If you want to know more about this connection or another connection, or want to know what your future person is going to be like, what to look out for, definitely let me know, and you can book a private reading. So before I move on to pile 2, I want to quickly channel some messages for you guys to help you guys identify, for those of you who are not in this relationship yet, or even those that are, I wanted to sort of channel some information that may be relevant to this connection that might help you navigate it. So let me just tune in. Okay, it's interesting. I just got the number 11-7. So somebody might have that birthday. You know, like they might be a Scorpio, their birthday might be November 7th, or maybe the other way around. Their birthday, and it might be a Cancer, the birthday might be 7-11. This might be a number that you see. Maybe this person calls you at 7-11 or at 11:07 a lot. It may be like their address, a part of their phone number. It may be a number that you just see auspiciously and serendipitously when this person's around, or maybe right before you meet this person. 9 is another number that came through. 9 is also a very divine number, guys. I saw letter S, so this person might have S in their name, or S as an initial. It's got 3. Let me tune into like when you might meet this person for those of you who haven't met them yet. Okay, I just heard like the movie voice, coming soon. I just saw, okay, I feel like this would be something really specific for somebody. I just saw, it almost looked like it, I don't know, it could be like a metropolitan area on the street. It could be like in Europe, or it could be like in New York, something like that. But I just saw like somebody outside of like a flower shop trying to buy flowers, and they run into this person. I saw a clock, like a clock tower, someone saying London. So I feel like maybe somebody you live in London, or the person lives in London. I just heard the phrase 2 more months. So for some of you, you might be running into this person pretty quickly. I feel like for most of you, this person has children, or you have children. But it's weird, but I don't see you having children with this person necessarily. But I feel like one or both of you are already going to have children before you enter the connection or the union. Okay, so that's what I'm getting for you guys, pile 1. I hope that helps. If you'd like to book a private reading with me where I can tune into something that's more specific to your energy and get very specific, detailed information of what this person is going to look like, what their sign is, when you'll meet them, what the relationship will be like, messages from their higher self, things of that nature, then you can hit me up for a personalized reading. If it resonates and leave the rest. For those of you who chose pile 2 or the seashell with the heart on it, let's get into your reading. Pile 2, this is your spread, and I'm also going to be pulling from the Pavarti Palace cards for messages from this person, and I'm going to be pulling from the question mark deck so that you can find out what they might look like. Of course, this is a general reading, so take it, resonance, the rest. I'll also be doing some channeling at the end before I wrap up. I want to say right off the bat that this says soulmate, but then we have the divine masculine card. So I really feel, I want to say that most of the people that picked this pile are probably either women or their feminine energy, and their partner is either a man or has divine masculine energy. And I also want to say that this is a connection that's going to feel a little more intense and deep than most soulmate connections. And the reason why is I feel like you guys have incarnated in a lot of lifetimes. Like you guys really are close. Like really, the term soulmate is friend of the soul. So you guys have been friends and close for so many incarnations, and even on the other side in between incarnations. There is like this energy of synergy. It's like the phrase I just got. You guys like really, I'm getting like this energy that I feel like a lot of you are already together. I was picking up on the same energy in the last pile. And again, it's not going to be everybody. Not everybody is already with this person, but that's kind of the general energy I'm getting. I feel like a lot of you might have families or might be married already, or at least dating. And I'm really getting that you guys really flow well together. Like you guys, I don't know, you're a good team together is kind of the energy I'm getting. Like you guys really know how to work together, you flow together, you really understand each other. It's like this really deep friendship that, you know, with like a little bit of passion on top, like a cherry on top. You know what I'm saying? Like this is like a solid union, guys. Like I'm really happy for you if you've already found this person. And I'm very happy for you, like, when you find this person as well. So let me read about what this says here. So we have here acceptance. Accepting yourself and others as they are liberates patterns of resistance and opens up flow. So I do feel like you guys really accept each other in this connection. Yep, this is see, and here we go, mutual symbiotic. This is a beneficial and balanced connection. Both partners have the same feelings, ideals, values, and shared life goals. What'd I say? You guys are a good team. You guys work well together. You flow together. This is a solid connection, guys. I'm super excited to pull more for you. And for some reason, I feel like starting with the messages first from this person. This is like from their higher self, from their heart, from their soul. This is the deep parts of them speaking. I feel like for this pile, more than likely, they've said this to you if you're already with this person. So I don't feel like they really are hiding this from you, these messages, but these are the messages that are coming through. Like you haven't met this person as well, so either way, it's like they're telling you before they're even with you how they feel. Commit to me. They want commitment. So I feel like this is more so for those of you who haven't met this person yet. They might want to commit really fast. This is interesting because I think that for those of you who haven't met this person yet, it's because one or both of you is a little immature still. I feel like that more so has to do with younger people that are maybe in your 20s. Like you might not meet this person next. This might be just like the person that's like your life partner that you end up with. I don't know. I feel like that's for somebody in this to tune in on this channel. I wanted to say that. You make me feel alive. Sometimes that you guys can almost feel codependent. You're so close. Like I could see you guys even having anxiety attacks if the other person's not around. I'm not saying that's healthy, but that would be one aspect of this. So yeah, I need time. So I feel like for some of you, this person, you might know them and you might be friends with them, but they're not like ready to date. But because you guys already have that strong friendship and foundation, when you guys do get together, it's going to be like, you guys can be like unstoppable. I'm mostly getting power couple energy coming through, but mostly it's just like just super solid, comfortable, like flows, like, and there's some passion up in there too. We got, wow, we got I trust you. And check this out. So we had the divine masculine card earlier with the soulmate. Well, for a select few of you, this might be your divine counterpart. And you might have chosen this pile because you're already with this person, or maybe the character traits of the person or the other information is more closely related to you than the divine counterpart twin flame pile. So there are some of you where this could be your soulmate or your divine counterpart or twin flame. But because I picked divine counterpart, I think it's more divine counterpart energy, which means that one of you is the masculine, one of you is the feminine, which makes sense because we saw that divine masculine card pop up earlier. So I feel like the person you're inquiring about is the divine masculine and you're the divine feminine, but it could be the other way around. Last card, guys. I'm so happy I found you. So beautiful. So now we're going to go into what the person looks like. Now, again, because this is a general reading and a lot of people are tuning in, don't, take it with a grain of salt, if it doesn't line up. But maybe focus on the things that really stand out to you. Some of you might be older. See, I was getting that vibe earlier too. So some of you might be older and you might have had a lot of relationships before this one. And this is like your true life partner and you found them later on in age, because I'm seeing gray hair as one of the things here, or there might be an age difference, like they might be much older than you. Average built, piercings. So this person may have distinctive piercings, or maybe they have multiple piercings. Brown skin. So this person could be melanated. Light brown eyes. Light brown hair. So someone else could have brown hair. One person could have gray. Someone else could have brown. I feel like I'm supposed to pick two more. Older than you. What did I say? Right? We're talking about age here. What did I say? Older than you. And then some of them might have black hair too. Okay? So let me go ahead and tune in and do some channeling to see what comes through for any advice on how to navigate this connection. I saw February. So somebody, you might meet them in February, like this February, and maybe just February in general. Maybe their birthdays in February. Fall for some of you. I feel like you might meet them in fall. This is for the people you haven't met them yet. Or maybe you met them in fall if you guys are already together. Most of you are going to meet in person or you know each other before you date. I keep saying outside. It's interesting. The last pile was outside too, a meeting outside. This is like more like a park or like maybe a baseball game or a football game, or like a park, like outside, like the kids play at. Interesting. I feel like most of you both have kids too for this pile as well. But this is more so the older people, not necessarily the younger people. I also feel like you might have more kids with this person, or for the select few of you that don't have kids, like me, or maybe like they have kids you don't, or you have kids they don't. I feel like there's gonna be more kids with you guys together, by the way. And this isn't for everyone, because it's a general reading. That's what's coming through. I'm not getting any angel numbers for this connection per se. It just feels really chill, guys. I'm really solid. I saw the number, I saw the letter J, C, F. So that person may have those like initials, or maybe like one of those initials on their name, or maybe it has something to do with where you guys meet, or some other pivotal moment, some kind of acronym that is important to somebody. And that's it. So that's what I have for you, pile 2. Good luck in your future with this person, whether you're with them or not. It sounds like a very happy union, very exciting for you guys. Take care. Moving on to pile 3. All right, those of you who chose pile 3 or the Lemurian quartz crystal, let's get into your reading. Here's your spread, pile 3. You got twin flame divine counterpart. And most of you, I'm getting the energy that you guys went through a breakup with this person, or a separation period, or that you're not with this person. Now, that's most of you. Some of you are with this person, but I'm really getting this energy of separation and then coming back together. Because right here in the beginning, we have the forgive. So forgiveness is a liberating choice. Then we go into this connection supports energy healing on Gaia and in higher realms. So it's a very spiritual connection, very, very spiritual connection. And then we have here in divine time, and then followed up with important dream messages are being given. And I can say from personal experience that in both twin flame and divine counterparts, as I've explained in my previous reading, there is a difference between those two. But with both, they both typically will pop up in your dreams. You'll be able to communicate with them in higher dimensions. You'll be able to have a telepathic connection with them. You'll be able to see past their masks too. So usually paying attention to dreams will give you insight into how they feel at a deeper level, but it can also be kind of frustrating because you'll be like, well, I'm connecting with them at the astral, or I'm connecting with them in the emotional body, or I'm connecting with them in the mental body, but in 3D, they're not present, or they don't seem to be interested, or they have this going on or that going on. But that's because they haven't really fully owned all the different layers to their identity and maybe are not really being authentic to what they really want. I do feel like this is definitely either a twin flame or divine counterpart, and I'm getting more twin flame energy. And I want to quickly identify, just for those of you who haven't watched any of my videos on this topic that I had on Vimeo before I came back on YouTube again, or haven't seen the last video where I kind of briefly identify the difference. So twin flames can be fragments. They're more so copies of your energy or pieces of your energy. They can mirror certain aspects of you, right? They're literally on your same resonance. They're, you guys are part of the same soul. But with a divine counterpart, you're part of the same soul energy, but one literally, it's like they're your yin and yang, and one is like the masculine and one is the feminine. If you were drawn to pile 2, I definitely recommend, actually, if you're drawn to either one, because twin flame connections can be very karmic, but karmic connections are not necessarily twin flame. And a lot of people confuse the two, but there can be overlap. So I feel like you might be the pile that feels like you might have messages in the other piles, and if that's okay, check it out. You know what I mean? And take a resonance with the rest. But in a general sense, I'm definitely getting kind of this weight energy. I think a lot of you, like most of you, went through separation because you have to work through some stuff, and you're going to come together when you're both at that point. But for others of you, you haven't met. So either way, it's like, wait for the divine timing is what I'm getting. Let me pull some messages. I can't commit to you. So this is kind of what I feel is going on for some of you right now. I think this applies more to people that are in separation. I don't think this is a future prediction of how the connection will be. Talk to me. So some of you might have blocked this person or ghosted them or vice versa. So this can't work. So yeah, I feel like these messages coming through are more so for the people that already had a relationship with this person and they're currently in separation. Let me see if I can get some messages for the people that haven't met this person yet. Let me focus on that because I want both represented. I'm sorry, this is funny. It's a misprint. It says, "Why did you this?" It's supposed to say, "Why did you do this?" So there might have been some kind of betrayal, or maybe they don't understand your choice, or you don't understand their choice in the situation. Wow, here we go. Divine counterpart. See? Yep, confirmation. So twin flame, divine counterpart energy. Most of you twin flame is some divine counterpart, and really it's very similar. I feel alive when we kiss. For some of you, the person told you they didn't love you and they lied. They said that, I don't know why they said it. I feel like it was to hurt you. Oh my God, we got the twin flame card too. Look at this. This is crazy. I am emotionally unavailable. Yeah, a lot of you were dealing with that kind of runner chaser energy in this pile, which is very typical for twin flames. Wow. It'll resolve though, guys. It's just, it'll take time. They feel lost and they feel stupid. For those of you who, I really feel like most of you in this pile already had a relationship with this person and are in separation or had some sort of connection with them or in separation, because like all of the messages coming through just feel like that to me. I mean, I feel like very few of you don't know this person. I don't think any of you are with this person currently. I can't be with you right now. And the last one, I feel empty. So this person has a lot of healing to do. I feel like if you're the one, like you're the person that's like I feel like you're the person that is like the leader in this connection, or the one that maybe might be more spiritually advanced. And I will say, unfortunately, it may seem kind of like counterintuitive, but from what I've experienced, both with other clients and myself in the twin flame journey, which not everybody is on it, And there's a lot of misinformation. Like I said, I will clear a lot of that up in future videos, but I digress. They don't really talk about how, everyone thinks that when you come together with your twin flame, it's like, oh, well, it's kind of going to be flowers and rainbows, or people will think it's supposed to be toxic and karmic. But the truth is that a lot of times with twin flame unions, it is good and it is intense and you don't want to leave each other, but one person kind of is feeling like they're lifting up the other person or activating them, because quite often the more evolved twin flame came down here to get their twin, to kind of activate them and wake them up, so that they, a lot of times it happens because one of them are kind of lost. That doesn't mean that you're meant to stay with this person, your entire lifetime. Maybe, not all twin flame connections are meant to last. Can I just say that too? And I feel like, not everyone on this pile will have a reconciliation with this person, but it doesn't mean that that person is not your twin flame or divine counterpart. Please understand that not all twin flame or divine counterparts are lifelong partners. Not all of them get romantically involved. Doesn't mean the connection is any less intense or important or healing. So I want to pull cards on what this person may look like. This is a general reading, so understand that multiple people are going to be coming through, but usually what happens is you'll get the distinct information that helps you identify them. Like, for example, this strawberry blonde hair. So if you do know somebody with strawberry blonde hair that you have an intense connection with, especially in the past, or you feel drawn to now, there you go. Distinct beauty mark. I have pulled this, I feel like it every time for some reason. Okay, straight hair. So straight strawberry blonde hair for some of you. Others of you, light brown hair, light brown eyes, piercings. I pulled that, I think, for every single one of them, which is interesting. A lot of people have piercings, or a lot of people are with people that have piercings on this channel, or were with people that have piercings. I also got hazel eyes, and I feel like this maybe might go with the person with strawberry blonde hair. I feel like this person is on the thinner side for most of you, not all of you. Ooh, we also have blonde, and we have blonde and dark blonde coming through. So, and here we go, white skin. So this, like, I feel like for most of you, and again, general reading, I feel like for most of you, this is a Caucasian person that's light skinned with lighter eyes and lighter hair. They're the same age as you, and they might have freckles. So I hope that helps you identify them physically. For some of you, because again, this is a general reading, so it's not going to fit everybody. And now I'm going to go ahead and do some channeling just to see if there's any other information that might come through to help you identify this person or navigate the situation. I just channeled, somebody is feeling like not worth the time, too much work. So I feel like maybe like some of you felt like this connection was too much work and you're walking away from it, or that's how they felt. I just heard someone say, okay, like, yeah, too much work came through again the second time. So I feel like that's really strong in the collective for this pile. Those of you who chose this pile who were with this person already and you're in separation. A lot of you might see 222 with this person, an 1111. I just heard crazy 8. I saw 888 too. I just saw a carnival. So some of you might have literally met at a carnival, or it's like how you perceive the relationship. Like it's a lot of fun, but it's also kind of crazy. Crazy 8s. Let's see what else. I just heard Mo. So somebody that might be their name or their nickname. I heard Toothy. Toothy? Yeah. I think that's for a very specific person. Wow. So that's either your name or their name. It's like a nickname, I think, but it could be your name too. I don't know. I heard Mazatlan too. So this person might be like from Mazatlan in Mexico. Let's see, I think kissing is a big thing in this connection. Like something about the first kiss is like a lightning rod. And that's what I got for you guys, pile 3. So I hope this resonated with you. I hope it was helpful. Take it resonates, leave the rest. If you want a private reading where I can actually go into specific details about your person instead of it being general, then definitely hit me up. Take care. Stay tuned for more videos.
Check out my website, thetantricdragoness.com, to book a private akashic reading or any other reading. Also, akashic portraits, consultations, shamanic journeys, starseed charts, primordial dragon fire healing, and much more. You can also subscribe to Patreon to learn how to do a lot of this yourself. There are various templates I've designed. Activate Diamond Consciousness, Activate the Black Flame, Journey the Underworld, Tantric Healing and BDSM, Astral Projection and Power, Shields, Cloaks, Wards, Learning Light Language, Exclusive and Premiere Readings, Soul Fragment Retrieval, Advanced Ancestral Work, Creating Your Own Shamanic Sanctuary, and much more. Thanks for your support, and stay tuned for future videos.